want to thank you all for being here and coming together for such a worthy cause. I was asked to speak to you today because I'm Kyron's mom, and I'm currently living through a nightmare many parents could never fathom. My name is Desiree Young, and for those of you who may not know me already, my son is Kyron Horman. As she said, he went missing June 4th, 2010 from Skyline Elementary School in Portland, Oregon. This June will mark 7 years since he has been missing. In a group, Kyron is the smallest in stature, but he's the brightest. You may not notice it because he's also the quietest. My son has a smile that lights up the room. You can't help but laugh when he laughs. He has this belly laugh that's infectious. He's a shy kid and is in his comfort zone when he's around his family and friends. He loves to play with his cousin and build Legos. He enjoys playing on his Wii. Skylanders is one of his most favorite games to play with his brother Quinn. The two of them have this thing that they do where they sit quiet and stare at each other. And Kyron is always the first to laugh, every time. It's so much fun to watch them together. Between my two sons, Kyron is the more affectionate one. He loves to just come up to me and hug me for no reason, just to check in. Kyron had only just begun to enjoy fishing. Before he went missing, he had gotten to try out his new fishing pole that we had bought him for Christmas a few months earlier. He had been practicing in the backyard with his cousin Mason since the spring weather had hit Medford. But they were catching rubber fish, and he wanted to catch a real fish. You see, our life is not all that different from most of you here. We enjoy camping and fishing, as well as trips to the beach. The people I call my friends all would give their lives to protect mine and Kyron's. Kyron is not the child I would have ever expected to see missing on the news. He has rules and boundaries, and we would never let him out of our sight, not even in front of our house. Kyron is protected and loved, but because of circumstances outside of our control, he is missing today. If there is one thing I can impress upon you above all, is that the person that is going through this could be your neighbor, your friend, or your coworker, and they're going through the worst moment of their entire life. Please understand that they have been thrust into this without any preparedness for the situation. Starting with that first night, I knew Kyron was going to have a huge impact on everyone. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and approximately 16 other agencies, along with search and rescue teams from all over the state, instantly responded to put forth an effort that is the largest in Oregon's history. The investigation continues today, but it is important to remember that law enforcement can only be as strong as the public it supports. It is necessary for the public to come forward. I appeal to the people or persons that have that bit of information that they may not feel is relevant to contact law enforcement. Kyron's case is just one of many that remains unsolved today, but the search efforts will never stop. As time goes by, we continue regular check-ins with our law enforcement team, where we receive updates on searches that are happening. Work is also done to do regular age progression photos to ensure that the public is looking for Kyron, how he may look today. The age progression involves a team effort between the forensic artist, law enforcement, as well as a process of collecting family photos of relatives at the same age. This process also involves input from us, the parents of the missing children, on the final photo. Some days, the hope that our child will come home is all that keeps us going. It is our job as parents to keep our child's case in the public eye and keep hope alive, so that the public continues looking for all missing children, so that our child can come home. When there's not regular media coverage, some cases get forgotten, so we can never, ever give up. My son is the reason I get up every day and keep on fighting to bring him home. I want to see his smile again. I want to hear his laugh. And most of all, I want to feel his hug. I will never give up. I'm going to leave you with this today. I hope that you take our story and go back to your homes and download flyers and photos and share them, not just of Kyron, but of all missing children and persons in the state of Oregon. Get more involved. Please share their stories. All it takes is one person to see his face and report that tip that could bring him home. Thank you.